knocking. "Jeff, can you get that?" Audrey called from the kitchen, her voice carrying that specific tone that meant she was already multitasking and didn't have a third hand for the door. Jeff sighed, a sound that contained the weight of all human suffering, and hauled himself up. He opened the door to find Adam Rhodes, their younger, significantly more optimistic neighbor. Adam looked like a golden retriever in human form, eager, slightly confused, and always in need of a favor. "Hey, can I borrow your inflatable mattress for my mom's visit?" Adam asked, shifting his weight from foot to foot. Jeff leaned against the doorframe. "Yeah, sure. It's in the hall closet, somewhere behind the box of things Audrey won't let me throw away, but refuses to use. Thanks, man. Actually, I'm running to the airport to get her right now. Can you bring it over?" Jeff stared at him. The silence stretched. "I'm sorry, Adam. Did we get married when I wasn't looking? Because I don't remember the for better or worse. I'll haul your inflatable bed's part of the ceremony. It's just that Jen's meeting my mom for the first time," Adam pleaded, his eyes wide. "It's a big deal. It's pretty exciting." Jeff's eyebrows shot up. "How so?" "Usually, meeting a mother-in-law is like watching a slow-motion car crash where you're the car and she's the brick wall." "Well, I just think Jen's lucky," Adam said, ignoring the cynicism. "She's not getting one of those meddling mother-in-laws. My mom's really cool. She's her different." Jeff watched Adam jog toward the elevator. Different, in Jeff's vocabulary, usually meant expensive or legally questionable. Later that afternoon, the cool mother arrived. Faye Rhodes was a whirlwind of patchouli, flowing linen, and a complete lack of personal boundaries. When Jennifer Morgan, Adam's fiancée, opened the door, she was expecting a polite handshake. Instead, she was engulfed in a hug that lasted 3 seconds longer than socially acceptable in the Northeast. "Oh, yes, yes, yes," Faye exclaimed, pulling back to hold Jen at arm's length. "Man, I wish I had a camera." "We have a camera," Adam said, beaming. "Yeah, I wish I hadn't broken the camera," Faye retorted with a laugh. Audrey and Jeff wandered in, ostensibly to help with the bed, but mostly to witness the spectacle. Jen, ever the gracious hostess, gestured around the apartment. "Adam told me you were coming, so I did a little redecorating. I wanted it to feel right." Faye looked around, her eyes sweeping over the carefully curated mid-century modern furniture and the neutral palette. "Well, it's not really an apartment," she said softly. Jen's smile faltered. "It isn't." "No," Faye said, stepping forward to touch Jen's cheek. "What you've created here is a home. And Adam has never looked happier or healthier. That's all you." Jen melted. This was the dream. The cool mother-in-law who approved. The girls' stuff shopping trips were practically booking themselves in Jen's mind. Meanwhile, Jeff was distracted. He had noticed something catastrophic. He walked over to the television and pressed the power button. Nothing. He pressed it again. "The TV's not working," Jeff announced, his voice dropping to a funereal register. He turned to Audrey. "Did you touch the remote?" "Not since I saw you scratching yourself with it," Audrey snapped back. "Check the bedroom TV," Jeff ordered. He followed her, his heart hammering against his ribs. The bedroom TV was equally silent, a black mirror reflecting his growing despair. "Technical difficulties," Jeff muttered. "What is this? The 1960s? How hard can it be to keep a satellite in geosynchronous orbit with the Earth to receive and send images to a dish outside of our window? I mean, that's basic science." Audrey crossed her arms. "There are plenty of other things we can do besides watch TV." "Jeff, maybe plenty was a reach," Jeff whispered, staring at the blank screen. "This is like an episode of The Twilight Zone. A show I wish I could watch right now." Chapter 2. The Human Coupon. The weekend was supposed to be a romantic getaway. At least, that's how Jeff had sold it to Audrey. He had presented her with a brochure for a luxurious spa resort, fine dining, massages, pillow-top beds. "Booyah," Jeff said, slapping the brochure onto the kitchen table. Jeff with the total power move. "You, me, this weekend." Audrey looked at the glossy photos of infinity pools. "Wow, this place looks nice. Why are you doing this? Did you break something?" "I'm thanking you, Audrey, for being you, for putting up with me, for 13 years of, stuff." Audrey flipped the pages. "Why is the last page ripped out? I must have drooled on it." Jeff lied quickly. "The picture of the jazz brunch was just too much for my salivary glands." "Jeff," Audrey said, her eyes narrowing, "I don't want another surprise. Like when that bed and breakfast turned out to be your buddy's grandmother's house, and she was still in the guest room. And then she died. I said she wasn't supposed to be there. And I still had to good days of fishing," Jeff defended. "Look, this time, all we have to do is sit through a tiny, microscopic timeshare sales presentation." Audrey sighed. "I knew it. You're a rube." "No, I'm an optimizer. And look, if we bring another couple, our weekend is free, totally free." Which was how Adam and Jen found themselves packed into a car, heading toward the mountains. Jen was excited. It was their first couple's vacation since getting engaged. Adam was excited because he got to hang out with Jeff, whom he viewed as a surrogate older brother, despite Jeff's constant attempts to treat him like a footstool. The tension began at the spa. Jen, feeling liberated by the mountain air and the new age influence of Faye's recent visit, decided to embrace a more natural approach. When Audrey entered the hot tub, she found Jen already there completely naked. Audrey froze, her robe clutched tight. "Oh, you're really in there. The water is perfect, Audrey. Come on in," Jen said, her arms draped over the edge. Audrey did not come in. In fact, she stayed in her robe, hovering on the edge of the tub like a Victorian governess. The friendship felt suddenly very crowded. While the women were navigating the etiquette of public nudity, Jeff was engaged in his favorite pastime, the stare down. He had coached Adam on how to handle the timeshare salesman. "Don't say a word," Jeff whispered as they sat in the sales office. "Just let my stare do the talking. I call it the dessert hawk. It says,